Donald Trump has been found guilty on all charges in his hush money trial shortly after going all out pro-Bitcoin and crypto as part of his presidential campaign. RFK Jr., the first candidate to announce a pro-Bitcoin policy, reveals he owns 21 Bitcoin on behalf of his family. Even President Biden and his campaign have been backpedaling on their anti-Bitcoin and crypto rhetoric lately. All signs are pointing to this upcoming US election being extremely important for the future of Bitcoin. But is that actually true? Or is all of this just a part of a greater deception? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily. I'm Hurley, and don't worry, you don't have to put up with me for much longer because Coach Dante will be back in the saddle on Monday. All right, let's get right into it. As we get closer to this US election, the circus is really starting to heat up. Prime example, leading presidential candidate Donald Trump was just found guilty on all charges in his hush money trial yesterday afternoon. Now, I just want to start by saying that here at Swan, just like Bitcoin itself, we are apolitical, meaning we don't support or endorse any politician or political party. We are only interested in doing what is right for Bitcoin and Bitcoiners, which is why we focus so much on education. Now, prior to this conviction, Trump had been making headlines in the Bitcoin and crypto community for some outwardly positive remarks about regulation and self-custody.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin.
Shortly after the verdict came out, Trump's campaign website crashed as supporters rushed to throw their hard-earned money at the campaign. My favorite take on this is from Swan's own Neil Jacobs, who tweeted this. Following the guilty verdict, Donald Trump's campaign raised $34 million. This could have bought over 500 Bitcoin. You got played. No matter where you fall on the political spectrum, I really hope you can zoom out and see what a distraction all of this is. Trump is not America's savior. He's not Bitcoin's last bastion of hope for relevancy. If elected, he will not drain the swamp. He will not end the Fed. He will not make Bitcoin legal tender and help usher in hyper-Bitcoinization and heaven on earth. And neither will independent candidate Robert Kennedy Jr. for that matter, who was the very first presidential candidate to come out with positive policy on Bitcoin and crypto. RFK even revealed in an interview recently that he owns 21 Bitcoin himself.
Last question, do you own any Bitcoin?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Can we ask how much?
I bought 21 Bitcoins. I bought that, with when I got my Monsanto, I won money from my fees in the Monsanto case. So we won ultimately a $13 billion case against Monsanto for causing cancer in people with its product Roundup. And I used my fees in that case to buy Bitcoin for my kids. So I got 3 Bitcoins for each of my 7 kids.
Now, I'm not sure if he's aware of the 21 million meme and that the Kennedys now own 0.1% of the Bitcoin supply, but that's a healthy stack. RFK has more recently fallen from grace and has been pushing the blockchain technology narrative and even meeting with some questionable crypto characters, showing just how rudimentary his understanding of Bitcoin really is. Now, my main point here is that neither Trump, RFK Jr., or even Biden for that matter, is going to save you, America, or Bitcoin. These politicians aren't stupid. They see Bitcoin and the broader crypto community as a pool of easy votes. That's literally all you are to them. Juicy potential votes. Now, as I said earlier, Bitcoin is apolitical. So as Bitcoiners and humanity as a whole, we need to stop looking at a single politician as being our savior. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm saying don't vote. If you want to vote, go vote. But don't hedge that vote on saving you or making your life better in any meaningful way. Bitcoin doesn't need any politician to win. It's already winning and it's going to continue to win because it's simply better money. And our current money ain't working out too well. I just love this quote from legendary cryptographer Ralph Merkle, who fathered the Merkle tree, a fundamental data structure used in Bitcoin architecture. Bitcoin is the first example of a new form of life. It can't be changed, it can't be corrupted, it can't even be interrupted. If nuclear war destroyed half of our planet, it would continue to live uncorrupted. If you find this statement hard to believe, you likely just haven't gone deep enough down the Bitcoin rabbit hole. Keep going. Instead of putting all your energy on things outside yourself, try fixing this first. Focus on fixing your character, your relationships, how you treat others, even those you see as enemies. And obviously, it's also a good idea to start saving in a money that can't be corrupted by corruptible humans. But you already knew that. So if you haven't started saving in Bitcoin yet, just know it's not too late. Just listen to what macro analyst Luke Roman had to say on Preston Pish's latest podcast.
Last question I got for you is, what are you hearing on Bitcoin from Wall Street?
I'm hearing just demand is really good. I'm hearing demand's really good. I'm hearing, I mean, you can see that in some of the, some of the filings that we saw last week. If everything we have said is even directionally true,
Hang on.
we know, right? Like it is, the common knowledge game is such that it is, I think everybody knows that sort of the cleanest, one of the cleanest, easiest ways to play that is own Bitcoin. That one of the most leveraged ways to play what's happening is Bitcoin. And so I think there is a growing recognition of that on Wall Street.
It's not even 2 trillion.
No, I know it's, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's what, about trillion 4 right now? Trillion
Something like
4
that.
5, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still very early days in my opinion.
You are still extremely early in Bitcoin's monetization process. Trust me, everyone who is new to Bitcoin thinks they're late to the party, but you're not. So if you haven't started stacking or you want to add more during this price consolidation, use swan.com and your first or your next $10,000 in Bitcoin purchases have 0 fees. So in closing, I know the statement in Bitcoin is fix the money, fix the world. And there's a lot of truth to that statement, but I'm going to add a slight modification to it. Fix yourself, save in Bitcoin, and fix the world. With that, I'm signing off. This is Hurley with swan.com. Have a great weekend, everyone.